Based on your status in Canada, you have different options for U.S. immigration. If you are a Canadian citizen, um, you have um, you have use an option to use USCMA, which is a contract between US, Mexico, and Canada. It's replacement of NAFTA, giving you some option for professional, for investors and treaties, and to apply for US um, immigration. And it's very straightforward. So for them, it's a different story. If you are a Canadian citizen, definitely you should look at this options, because these options is provided to you as a Canadian citizen, and you need to take advantage of this. Uh, if you are not a Canadian citizen, then that will be a different story. But if you are a Canadian citizen, use this. And instead of going through the very standard process, you use this one because it's designed for Canadians, how they can apply and how they can get a fasting, I mean, faster process, and everything is different. So, as a U.S. As a Canadian citizen, uh, I would divide applicants in three categories. One is you are a business owner or an entrepreneur, or you are um, um, investor. That's the first category. If you are one of these, then you need to know of how you run your business. Uh, is it incorporated business? You have a company, you have people on your payroll, and you have a separate entity which is separate from you, and then maybe you need to consider L1. If you are running a business, you are incorporated, but you don't have employees. It's somehow you are self-employed. And then in that situation, I think the best scenario for you will be considering E2 category. For example, you are a consultant, you are a realtor, you are a grocery store owner, you are a shop owner, or many people. Even you are a lawyer, for example, uh, but you don't have a number of employees, so there is no chart of organization. It's just you. And then the best scenario is it's applying for worker visa, which is E2 visa for you, again, as a Canadian citizen. So these are the situation you are dealing with when you are in the first category. The second category people, said second type of applicant, I would say, they are employees. They're working in Canada as employee, and they want to see the option in the U.S. market and apply for worker visa. For them, the best scenario will be, if you are U.S. Canadian citizen, it's a TN visa for professionals. Most of them, they must have a bachelor's degree, and then if they have a job offer, and then they can also apply at the port of the entry. It's not a very complicated process. Just get the work permit, job offer from U.S. Employer, and then apply. Get all the document, job offer, and all your document with you at the port of the entry, and then you can do it. If you are doing it in Canada, Ontario, I can help maybe because I have an office also in Toronto as a barrister solicitor and immigration lawyer in Canada. I can support you and I can offer you my service, maybe make it easier for you to get your status at the port of entry. So, uh, and the last category are, I would say they are uh, student or not, they are not, they graduated, but they want to study again because I studied myself many times. It's the best option. It's the best things can happen to you because you get more familiar with the studying and material and the skill set and everything you need if you are planning to work in the US. So that will be a student visa. Student visa is a different story in the US because for F1 category, usually you need to get a letter of acceptance from admission from one of these designated organization, educational organization, and they process everything for you, and then they send you the bunch of document that just you need to have it with you as a Canadian citizen at the port of entry and show it, and then you can get your status change to become a student visa holder. And then if you have a family member or anybody is coming with you, also they can get the status. Beside this, for example, you are a research or you are a researcher or you are an instructor or something related to the J1 category, which is a different again. The J1 category has um, uh, some of some restriction. For example, for J1 is not like a F1. I'm not against the J1, but J1 give you uh, lots of limitation in terms of changing and staying in the US, and then later on you can apply to any other category. Uh, for a student and for TN, best option for them later on to apply for green card in the US, it's a national interest waiver, EB2, which is a job offer exempted, which is you don't need the job offer from anyone, which is very important point because when you apply for immigration petition, one of the most important point is you get approved uh, for that petition based on the job offer, which this one is exempted, which is good. So as I said at the beginning, me as a immigration attorney, I can help you to design this all step, and I can give you a roadmap where you start and what will be the stages for your immigration matter. How, for example, what program I should pick at the beginning, and then where I should submit, and it's going to be embassy or port of entry, and then what are my options after to apply for a green card. These are the things. It's sometimes getting more complicated, so I can give you uh, a big picture of the whole thing, then you can just follow the roadmap. Uh, Beside this, what I explained, uh, these are all just for you, for Canadian citizens. But what if you are not Canadian citizen? What if you are just permanent residents of Canada, or you're just temporary resident in Canada? What will be the your option? Basically, your option is the same as any other nationals. You, it's for example, H1B can be one of the things. O1 for workers, I mean worker visa. O1 can be one option. L1 again can be an option. E2 can be an option. But these are not as a Canadian, as just as a people. They are not Canadian citizen, but they are qualify under other categories. Just one thing, because I'm Iranian myself, originally I'm Canadian, but Iranian too. There are some restriction and there are some limitation on Iranian, and they cannot. I mean, unfortunately, the situation is they are not, as of today at least, they are not okay to enter U.S. As a non-immigrant or immigrant um, visa holder. There are some exemption restriction. Some exemption they can apply. Some of them they can come and enter the U.S. But what I'm saying is, if, for example, if you are Iranian in Canada and then you're thinking of moving to the US, you need to consider this. If you are not dual citizen, if you don't have any citizenship other than Iranian citizen, don't do that because you are not. Uh, it cannot be done because of the executive orders. As I said, uh, uh, best advice is just book a 15-minute free consultation with me, and I can give you some option. I can diagnose the issue and also giving you a proper roadmap. What will be the best scenario for you as a Canadian citizen or someone who's living in Canada and considering to moving to the USA. You have my information in caption. Call me and book your free 15-minute consultation.